You send another email out to your list, and not surprisingly, the click rate is kinda meh. You may feel like email marketing is just never gonna work for your brand, but listen up, because I have a go-to formula I like to use for my clients to ensure they have the most optimal chance of getting a good click-through rate. So when building your email, think of it like Lego blocks. You have these sections upon sections upon sections, and each one has a specific purpose and intention. And the number one, the most important, the one that cannot be overlooked is your hero section. This is going to be the very first part of your email that your subscribers see once they open your message. It's going to be your number one most clicked real estate. So to put it plainly, if you don't lock in this hero section in your entire design, you can almost guarantee some abysmal click-through rates. So for funsies, let's take a look in the inbox. I want to scroll through the promo tab and show you exactly what I mean. Once you open up one of these messages, I want you to just stop right there, because what is the first thing you see when you open it? Okay, this magical area within an email is what I call the above the fold area. But what we're looking at is basically, we're not scrolling. It's the first thing that your subscriber sees when they click on that subject line. So honestly, what is the secret sauce of a hero section? We will want to grab their attention. We want to quickly summarize what this email's about. Subject line got them in, but now we want to add a little bit of something extra to help close the deal. And then you need a clear call to action. What is the next step we want them to take? Because honestly, you really only have like a millisecond to grab somebody's attention before they're clicking away, answering a Slack message, just not even paying attention to your email. So this piece cannot be overlooked. So here's an example of a meh hero section. Don't want to hate on them, but when you open this, what do you get? You get a giant pretty image, and that's okay. Hey, giant pretty images can do it, but if I wanted to know more about this email, I'm gonna have to scroll down. Like, okay, maybe this captures my attention, but what if we had the most important info up at the top? It plays well together with this image, but I can quickly know what they are trying to sell me. Now with this example, I open up this email and I know right away what's going on. Okay, we got a promotion going on. I get a little bit of a taste of what the email is going to be about, but hey, if I'm interested right now, you got me. I'm clicking through and I'm heading to the website. So when building your own hero section, it boils down to three parts. One, a compelling headline. Okay, if I'm quickly opening this email, I'm scanning it, that headline, it better really capture my attention and hold my attention. The thing is, we don't want our headlines to be boring. So you want to make sure it's not saying like, hey, new arrivals for spring. What do you do? No, nobody really cares new arrivals for spring, but what else can we say about it? Okay, wear this, brunch pics or something like that. I don't know. You could kind of have fun with it. So when doing your headline, usually I go make it catchy. If it's a promo, keep it promo focused. You don't want to like play around with that. If it's a sale, let them know it's a sale. Then I like to do a brief lead in. So this can be 1-2 sentences, not a whole paragraph or novel, but we want to support that headline with maybe a little bit more info, really kind of drive up some intrigue. But it helps support the headline, and it also supports the last piece, which is your call to action. Now, do you have to have a button in all of your hero sections? No, but I implore you, A/B test it. You're gonna find that having a button in your hero section is gonna result in some more clicks. But the fun doesn't stop there, okay? The email goes on, right? And you're probably like, okay, well, if I just have this section, then why bother? Please bother. The rest of the email is super important. Which leads us into our next section, which I like to just kind of call the middle. I know that's very clever, but it's the middle section of your email. Now, there are probably a million ways you can slice up this middle section. It could be customer reviews. It could be highlighting the products that are on sale. The idea is when you have somebody who opens your email, they see that hero section and they're scrolling down, there's a reason why they're scrolling down. Do they want to maybe see what's on sale? Do they have some apprehension in purchasing from you? There's a lot of different reasons, and I know it's going to be hard to kind of lock that down, but let that fuel what you plan to put in the middle section. Now we're getting into the bottom section. Now, this section is super simple as well. I like to think of it as the section built for email skimmers, which is definitely me. I open up an email and I'm like I'm scrolling down the whole thing. What captures my attention right away? If it does, then I'm at the bottom of the email. So what do we want at the bottom? Honestly, we can kind of repeat what we did in the header, just not as extravagant as the header section was. So typically, I'll build this as a kind of sign-off headline in some way, and then a little bit of a brief lead-in copy and a final call to action. If you don't do a headline, you don't do a lead-in, definitely have a call to action. Because again, people who are scrolling all the way down, you just want to have that clear next step for them. They can see right there, go shop the sale. They can see right there, go shop the new release. They just see a button there and it helps drive those clicks. Now, the footer section, and I know you're probably like, okay, was not expecting to talk strategy on a footer section, but the footer, hey, it's important and it should not be overlooked. So the first thing I like to do is start the footer section with some value propositions. So what are the 3 top things you can hang your hat on for your brand? Is it free shipping? Is it organic? Is it, not tested on animals? All these things, right? There are things, value propositions you can say, this is why we're different. And hey, in case you missed it before, we're just putting it here at the bottom section. So again, it's just a real good skimmer type thing. I can always go back to my skimmers because that's how I read emails. But if you're kind of scrolling down, you're just looking and you see these value propositions, hey, I might move forward. My order's going to ship for free. Yeah, why not? Let me go check it out, right? So these things are helping support your emails that are going out normally. Like these don't have to be specific to the theme of your email. These can always stay the same. Then have your social call outs. Now let me throw this out here. We do not need to know that you are on every single type of social media platform. Pick 3 or 4 social icons. We don't want to see everything, okay? I know you're on Threads, but you're really on Threads, okay? So you don't have to have that in your social icons, but it doesn't hurt to have that piece in there because a lot of people, I find, especially if you're working with younger customers, they like to click that Instagram and go shop and see where you've been tagged, look at some of the posts you've been doing. They love lifestyle imagery. So you'd be surprised when I'm kind of surprised when I send out an email and I see the volume of clicks that go to that Instagram icon. Then you can throw in your logo at the bottom. It's just a good little anchor because it then feeds into a mission statement. Now, this mission statement does not need to be a whole paragraph either. We're talking 2 to 3 sentences, but this can quickly summarize what your brand is and what it does. Is this mission statement gonna sell somebody on your product? No. What I like to think of it as is a inbox deliverability checkbox. So this extra bit of HTML text in your email has a little bit of something extra, so that way Gmail, Yahoo, when they're scanning your email, they see this bit of text at the bottom and maybe it'll help your deliverability. I like my odds of more text than not, so I like to put in a mission statement down at the bottom. And then of course you have your unsubscribe copy. You know you can't miss out on this, especially if you're using a platform like Klaviyo. They're going to force that unsubscribe link in URL into your email. So just make sure it's nicely formatted and a part of your footer. And don't try to bury it or hide it or put it in a blue link when it's in a blue background so people can't see it. Come on, you're gonna get marked as spam. Just don't do it, okay? Just have your unsubscribe copy there and make sure to include it. All right, so in summary, I have my 4-block approach. Hero section, our middle section, our bottom section, and our footer section. I really should come up with some more clever names for these, but I didn't. But if you lock in these blocks of your email template design, you are sure to have a much higher click-through rate. To help you guys out, I went ahead and made a reference email in Canva that you can just jump into and plug in your own branding into, but it has the sections built out so that way you can kind of experiment and play with building a template of your own before you reconstruct it in your email program. I hope that was helpful and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye!